Welcome to the series where I test out the OSRS Wiki money making guides. I started this series almost a year ago, and since then we've tried out multiple methods even if they're a little silly, such as picking bananas or even flax. If you enjoy these types of videos, then feel free to check out the playlist that I've made for them, and feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments for a method that you'd like to see tested. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's moneymaker, as you've already seen by reading the title of this video, we will be collecting red spider's eggs. Now currently we are in the East Varrock Bank, so that's where we'll start this moneymaker, because we are going to have to go underground, and the easiest way to get there is from this bank by using this teleport. So every time we come in bank, we'll hit the Varrock teleport, run east to bank here, and then run north to go back down into the Varrock sewers. Now as for the inventory setup, you can already see it. I have one law rune, one fire rune, and I'm holding the staff of air, which lets us use the Varrock teleport. We also have 2 energy potions since we are going to be doing a lot of running, and a knife to slash through some webs. Now as for the bank, we can go ahead and look over here. Right here I have my runes, I have my energy potions, and I have my knives. Now we are bringing multiple knives since we are equipping the staff of air. We are going to need a knife every time we go down there. That's why I have more than one. Now you could bring a weapon like a simi to cut the webs, but in that case you will have to bring air runes, and that's going to take up another slot. So that's why we're using this method. I don't really mind dropping these knives, they aren't very expensive, so yeah, that's why we're doing that. And now we'll go ahead and show you the way to get there. So after we come back from collecting a full inventory and teleporting to Varrock and then banking, we'll run over here to this manhole, climb down under, and then we'll start navigating through the tunnels. Now it is important to note that you can do this in members, and you'll be able to get a little bit more than if you were doing it in free-to-play like we're doing it, and you wouldn't actually be using this side over here. There's a way to collect red spider eggs in members that is actually a lot faster. There's actually 2 ways. There's another area that has a bunch of spawns, but it is in the wilderness. It's low-level wilderness though, so the risk is fairly low. There's that method, and then you can also kill these monsters known as spidings, and basically you make them yourself and they drop a bunch of red spider's eggs. It's been a long time since I've been down here, or at least taken this path to get down there. Looks like there's already a warrior right here, so we didn't actually have to bring a knife this time since he's opening it for us. Actually, we opened it for him. Very nice. So we cut that one web, and then we run all the way through here. And here are the red spider's eggs with a bunch of deadly red spiders. So if you're low enough combat, these spiders will actually attack you, so just be careful of that. That does mean that every time you get these 2 red spider spawns, you will have to find a safe spot to world hop. As you can see, this person's already getting attacked. So yeah. Luckily, we won't be getting attacked, so after we finish collecting these 2, we can just instantly hop worlds. And as you can see, I've already sorted the worlds by free-to-play and members, so all of the worlds are free-to-play. And if you wanted to make these a little bit easier to see, if you're using Runescape, you can just hold the Alt key, hit the plus symbol, and now you have loot beams over the red spider eggs. Without further ado, let's jump right in. So as far as the method goes, I pretty much already explained that. We're simply running through the sewers, picking up these 2 spawns, and then world hopping. Now, something I didn't mention right now, but as you can see it on the screen, I do have a plugin known as Inventory Viewer. And the reason I have that is because we are on the world hop menu most of the time, and I can't really see what's in my inventory without switching to that. So this just saves me a little bit of time, because even while on the world hopper, I'll be able to see my inventory on the screen. Something else that I didn't mention is setting my attack options to hidden. Before starting this moneymaker, I didn't have them set to hidden, and sometimes these spiders would be on top of the eggs, and whenever I would left click on the eggs, I would actually attack the spiders and make them pretty angry. So to avoid that, you can just set it to hidden. That is, of course, if you're not already just avoiding them from having aggro, right? Because if you are low level, they are going to attack you regardless, but if you are a higher level and they don't attack you, definitely set it to hidden so you don't have to right click under them to pick up the eggs, and you can just left click them. And I don't know why, but it kind of got me thinking, The whole thing about setting the attack options to hidden because the spiders are on top of the eggs. These are their children that they're protecting, so understandably they are on top of their eggs sometimes, and it's kind of messed up. We are essentially separating the children from their mothers and then selling them on a huge market known as the Grand Exchange. So yeah, the more I think about it, the more messed up it is. But then I remember that we're doing this for GP, and then everything's okay again. Now, like I said earlier, you can do this in members. You actually have another location that has more eggs. It's under Edgeville, and apparently, according to the wiki, that method can net you about 80,000 more GP per hour, so it is worth looking into. And then the Spidings method that I also mentioned can net you, I'd say, like an extra 100k on top of that one. So the Spidings method is definitely the way to go if you do have members and if you are looking to make the most money while gathering red spider eggs. Now, as I mentioned before, these spiders are aggressive if you are low level enough, and since this is multi-combat, it might be wise to bring some food if you are low level. While these spiders alone might not be dangerous, having a bunch of them attack you at once can deplete your HP pretty quickly, so just be careful. Now, there is a combination of items that you can use for this moneymaker. Like I said, we're using the Varrock teleport with the Staff of Air, but if you really wanted to, you could bring the Chronicle as your teleport, and then that would also allow you to equip a slash weapon such as a scimitar. So doing that would allow you to get a full inventory of red spider's eggs instead of 26 like I am getting here. But the problem with that is if you are using the Chronicle teleport, you are going to be doing more running since it's not as close to the bank as the Varrock teleport. But still, it's something to consider. Now, I gotta say, this moneymaker was a lot more enjoyable than last week's. Both of them are kind of the same in terms of what we're doing. We're gathering items, except this time there is almost always red spider's eggs whenever I hop worlds. Now, I don't know if it's because this is a less popular moneymaker or because the spawn timers on these items are a lot shorter. Maybe it's a combination of both, but we weren't hopping for 15 to 20 minutes straight without finding a single item, so that's good. The steel plate bodies was, yeah, it was pretty painful. And also, we're not in the wilderness while doing this moneymaker, so that's also a huge plus. Now, something to help you out that I actually didn't do in this moneymaker is to set up your bank differently than I did. I put it in my third tab towards the bottom, but since we are hopping worlds, every time I went to the bank, my bank would reset and I would be at the home screen again or on the first tab. So if you really want to save a couple seconds every trip, just put your items in the first tab at the very top. That way you don't have to run through your bank to find the items. Also, depending on your gear setup and your agility level, you will have to bring more energy potions on some of these trips. Me personally, I have 99 agility, and with this setup I could get away with bringing 2 energy potions every trip, and then every, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 trips I'd have to bring an extra energy potion. But after you do this for some time, you will become familiar with how much you need. So yeah, just run through it and you'll quickly find out how many energy potions you need for each trip. But that is pretty much it for this moneymaker. Let's go ahead and take a look at how many red spider's eggs we were able to collect in this 1 hour. So after 1 hour of separating children from their mothers, we are left with 436 red spider's eggs. Let's go ahead and do a price check on that for a total value of 247,212 GP. Not bad. I feel like when I did this 2, maybe even 3 years ago, spider eggs were like worth double that, so they have gone down in price. But I think this moneymaker is still pretty decent, especially for a free-to-play moneymaker. Let's go ahead and head over to the GE and sell them off. So it looks like the actively traded price is the market price, so we'll just go ahead and throw them in there for the price that is shown right there, 567, and we'll let them come through. And as you can see, they instantly sold off with no time at all to wait. So I guess if you wanted to make a little bit more money, you could put them in there for a little bit more and just wait it out. So not bad. So as for the total profit for this moneymaker, if we take into account the cost of supplies, which was the runes, the potions, and the knives, that's 14,506 GP. Subtract that from the money we made, which was 245,032 GP. That gives us a grand total profit of 230,526 GP from 1 hour of collecting red spider eggs in free to play. So not bad. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and thank you to all of my channel members, with a special thanks to ACR Beans. Once again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next episode.